Welcome to today's scripture reading with the Ayaba G, Yashar-Jasher Chapter 26. And in the 59th year of the life of Yitzchak, the son of Avraham, Rivka, his woman, was still barren in those days. And Rivka said unto Yitzchak, Truly I have heard, my Adonai, that your mother Sarah was barren in her days, until my Adonai Avraham, your father, prayed for her, and she conceived by him. Now therefore stand up, pray you also to Elohim, and he will hear your prayer and remember us through his mercies. And Yitzchak answered his woman Rivka, saying, Avraham has already prayed for me to Elohim to multiply his seed. Now therefore this barrenness must proceed to us from you. And Rivka said unto him, But arise now, you also, and pray, that Yahuwah may hear your prayer, and grant me children. And Yitzchak hearkened to the words of his woman. And Yitzchak and his woman rose up, and went to the land of Moriah, to pray there and to seek Yahuwah. And when they had reached that place, Yitzchak stood up and prayed to Yahuwah on account of his woman, because she was barren. And Yitzchak said, O Yahuwah Elohim of heaven and earth, whose goodness and mercies fill the earth, you who did take my father from his father's house and from his birthplace, and did bring him unto this land, and did say unto him, To your seed will I give the land. And you did promise him, and did declare unto him, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand of the sea. Now may your words be verified, which you did speak unto my father. For you are Yahuwah Eloheinu, our eyes are toward you, to give us seed of men, as you did promise us. For you are Yahuwah Eloheinu, and our eyes are directed toward you only. And Yahuwah heard the prayer of Yitzchak, the son of Avraham, and Yahuwah was entreated of him, and Rivka his woman conceived. And in about 7 months after, the children struggled together within her, and it pained her greatly that she was wearied on account of them. And she said to all the women who were then in the land, Did such a thing happen to you as it has to me? And they said unto her, No. And she said unto them, Why am I alone in this amongst all the women that were upon earth? And she went to the land of Moriah to seek Yahuwah on account of this. And she went to Shem and Eber his son to make inquiries of them in this matter, and that they should seek Yahuwah in this thing respecting her. And she also asked Avraham to seek and inquire of Yahuwah about all that had befallen her. And they all inquired of Yahuwah concerning this matter. And they brought her word from Yahuwah, and told her, 2 children are in your womb, and 2 nations shall rise from them, and 1 nation shall be stronger than the other, and the greater shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were completed, she knelt down, and behold, there were twins in her womb, as Yahuwah had spoken to her. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. And all the people of the land called his name Esau, saying that this one was made complete from the womb. And after that came his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. Therefore they called his name Yaakov. And Yitzchak, the son of Avraham, was 60 years old when he begat them. And the boys grew up to their 15th year, and they came amongst the society of men. Esau was a designing and deceitful man, and an expert hunter in the field. And Yaakov was a man perfect and wise, dwelling in tents, feeding flocks, and learning the instructions of Yahuwah and the commands of his father and mother. And Yitzchak and the children of his household dwelt with his father Avraham in the land of Canaan, as Elohim had commanded them. And Ishmael the son of Avraham went with his children and all belonging to them, and they returned there to the land of Cavilah, and they dwelt there. And all the children of Abraham's concubines went to dwell in the land of the east, for Avraham had sent them away from his son, and had given them presents, and they went away. And Avraham gave all that he had to his son Yitzchak, and he also gave him all his treasures. And he commanded him, saying, Do you not know and understand? Yahuwah is Elohim in heaven and in earth, and there is no other beside him. And it was he who took me from my father's house and from my birthplace, and gave me all the delights upon earth, who delivered me from the counsel of the wicked, for in him did I trust. And he brought me to this place, and he delivered me from Kasdim. And he said unto me, To your seed will I give all these lands, and they shall inherit them when they guard my commandments, my statutes, and my judgments that I have commanded you, and which I shall command them. Now therefore, my son, hearken to my voice, and guard the commandments of Yahuwah Eloheka, which I commanded you. Do not turn from the right way, either to the right or to the left, in order that it may be well with you and your children after you forever. And remember the wonderful works of Yahuwah and his kindness that he has shown toward us in having delivered us from the hands of our enemies. And Yahuwah Eloheinu caused them to fall into our hands. And now therefore guard all that I have commanded you, and turn not away from the commandments of your Elohim, and serve none beside him, in order that it may be well with you and your seed after you. And teach you, your children, and your seed the instructions of Yahuwah and his commandments, and teach them the upright way in which they should go, in order that it may be well with them forever. And Yitzchak answered his father and said unto him, That which my Adonai has commanded, that will I do, and I will not depart from the commands of Yahuwah Elohai. I will guard all that he commanded me. And Avraham blessed his son Yitzchak, and also his children. And Avraham taught Yaakov the instruction of Yahuwah and his ways. And it was at that time that Avraham died, in the 15th year of the life of Yaakov and Esau, the sons of Yitzchak. And all the days of Avraham was 175 years, and he died and was gathered to his people in good old age, old and satisfied with days. And Yitzchak and Ishmael, his sons, buried him. And when the inhabitants of Canaan heard that Avraham was dead, they all came with their kings and princes and all their men to bury Avraham. And all the inhabitants of the land of Haran, and all the families of the house of Avraham, and all the princes and grandees, and the sons of Avraham by the concubines, all came when they heard of Avraham's death, and they requited Avraham's kindness and comforted Yitzchak his son. And they buried Avraham in the cave which he brought from Ephron the Kittim, and his children for the possession of a burial place. And all the inhabitants of Canaan and all those who had known Avraham wept for Avraham a whole year, and men and women mourned over him. And all the little children and all the inhabitants of the land wept on account of Avraham, for Avraham had been good to them all, and because he had been upright with Elohim and men. And there arose not a man who feared Elohim like unto Avraham, for he had feared his Elohim from his youth, and had served Yahuwah, and had gone in all his ways during his life, from his childhood to the day of his death. And Yahuwah was with him, and delivered him from the counsel of Nimrod and his people. And when he made war with the 4 kings of Elam, he conquered them, and he brought all the children of the earth to the service of Elohim, and he taught them the ways of Yahuwah, and caused them to know Yahuwah. And he formed a grove, and he planted a vineyard therein, and he had always prepared in his tent meat and drink to those that passed through the land, that they might satisfy themselves in his house. And Yahuwah Elohim delivered the whole earth on account of Avraham. And it was after the death of Avraham that Elohim blessed his son Yitzchak and his children. Yahuwah was with Yitzchak as he had been with his father Avraham. For Yitzchak kept all the commandments of Yahuwah as Avraham his father had commanded him. He did not turn to the right or to the left from the right path which his father had commanded him. Thank you for watching today's scripture reading with the Ayaba, Yashar-Jasher Chapter 26. And with that, I will leave you with Shalom.